is day 8 of my trip. I haven't been updating much because the sun came out for like a day and a half, and so I was utilizing that. But I'm walking down, and I hope I'm going to say this right. I've been here long enough, I should be able to say it. Reykjavik? I hope I've said it right. The main city in Iceland, and I'm walking around town. I just ate. You can barely see it at, I'll definitely say this wrong, but I'm going to try for amusement. Fegamon? It's a restaurant and bar, and it was actually really good. And I'm just going to show you what it's like to walk around. That's a cool bookstore I went in when I was waiting for my table. They have the books in Icelandic and in English in that store. I don't think for every book, but for a lot. So I asked for help looking at photography books, and the gentleman said, "Oh, here's the Icelandic one and here's the English one," and showed me like multiple copies of some famous photographers. So I got to leaf through that a little bit. That store looks cool. I'm gonna cross the street here. There's no like street crossing things. People just kind of walk around wherever. I hope that's okay, but I don't see any crossings. But look at this store. Ravens. This is pretty BA. Like, I'm not into the whole wearing fur thing. You guys will learn that about me, but I do appreciate that cool costumey, feathery thing going on, and just, I don't know, the vibe of the store caught my eye, like, instantly. Most stuff is going to be closed, I think, this late, but I was supposed to have a scenic flight today, so let me tell you the story. So I drove back. I don't leave till the 10th, but today's the 8th. I drove back 2 days early into the city, and I skipped a lot of stuff on the south coast. A couple of waterfalls that I really wanted to see, because that was the only time they had to book me for my scenic flight. And so I get all the way back, and they say, "Oh, your flight's canceled because of the weather." And it's not raining, it's just really cloudy. And they said there's too many clouds, we can't fly. So, I mean, I understand for safety reasons, but it just really sucks because I literally came back 2 days early for this flight, and I was so excited about it. And then at the last minute, it's canceled. Like, I get in, I walk in, they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, we have to cancel." So now I, like, don't know what to do with myself. And so that's why I went to dinner, and I'm just gonna like walk around. I'll probably find some cute shops and go in. I won't video when I'm in the shops. Like, this one's kind of cute. I won't video when I'm in them because I know some shops don't like for you to walk around and do that. But I have to like find something to do. I don't want to just sit in my car bored. And while there's things open, I'm gonna go in. I don't know if that store's open, but if they are, I'm gonna come back and go in there. I don't even really know like what street I'm on. I hope I don't get lost. Find my way back to my car. But actually it looks like there's a sign up there. I'll take us to the sign, and then we'll look around, and then I'll turn it off, and so I can enjoy myself a little bit. But yeah, so I didn't update because it was actually not raining for a couple days. Like, literally, actually a day and a half, if I'm gonna be straight about it. But it felt like longer because of the whole midnight sun thing. So every second, I was literally doing something. I think there might be somebody playing over here. Yeah. She's good. Let's go see her, and then that'll be it. had stopped the video for a little while because I was watching those people singing, and I'm careful about who I videotape and what I do because I don't want to record someone's art that they don't like it. So I actually got to talking with them because I recognized what the lady was singing, and I actually speak a very little bit of Korean, and she was singing in Korean, but I also speak a little bit of Japanese, and part of learning it very ghettoly, as I'll say, is that I sometimes can't tell the difference between a Korean word and a Japanese word, because in my mind I'll know a word, but I'm like, I can't remember which language the word is from. Because how I learned those languages is that I like to watch the TV on Hulu.com. Like right now I've been watching Roommates, excellent show. It's a reality TV show from Korea on SBS, and I watch it on Hulu. And that's how I learn, is I just hear words. So I heard her singing, and then after they finished, I told them how great they were. And so I was just telling you guys how I got my scenic flight canceled. So I have no cash on me in the country. I've just been using a credit card everywhere. But I wanted to put money in this girl's, or lady, I shouldn't say girl, in her like little hat that she has out. But I don't have any cash. So I said to them, did you guys eat any dinner? And they said no. And I said, well, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get you something. What would you eat? And they were kind of surprised, and they're like, well, we'll eat chicken. So, as I told you, everywhere is closed right now. Like, literally. So, I walked until I found a little grocery store that was about to close. And I went in, and I bought like, I think it's gonna end up being like maybe $40 or $50 in groceries. Like sandwiches and chips and snacks and peanut trail mix stuff, a couple drinks. I got them Sprite, Coke, and water. Because I don't know, I was really moved by her song. Like, she's really good. And I just thought it was so neat that I'm so into this whole Korean culture thing and watching the TV. And then I'm in Iceland, of all places, and I hear a girl singing beautiful, like, enchantingly, like, I don't even know, like, it's just beautiful singing. And so I was like, maybe it was kind of like a meant to be thing. Like, my flight gets canceled and I'm walking around and here I hear somebody singing. So I spent some of the money that I was going to spend on that flight that I didn't get to go on that. And it was nice. And they said, hey, will you come back and talk with us? So I said, yeah, I'll walk around and I'll come back. But I don't think I'm going to walk all the way up this because I don't want to spoil it for myself, but I can already see at the end of the church. There's a huge, big deal church here. And it's really pretty, and I want to photograph it, but the sky is gray. Obviously my flight got canceled, so, but you could just see it. You see it back there? And I want to photograph that. So I'm probably going to stick around town overnight. There's a campsite. I might go camp and then see if tomorrow it's nice. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, part of me doesn't want to stay in town, but like, I had this whole plan of doing the scenic flight. And then I was going to drive back to this other really cool, like, Viking-style church. But it's going to rain there tomorrow. And the forecast before was really great. And then I just checked it, and it's going to rain. So I'm really stuck here because if I go towards Vik, which is in South Iceland, it's raining tomorrow. And if I go northwest to this church I wanted to photograph, that I already photographed, but when I photographed it the first time it was pouring rain, and the photos are terrible in my standards. I mean, they're good, but they're just, I want something better. So, yeah, it's gonna rain there too. So, I really don't have anywhere else to go, and I have a day and a half. Well, tonight, all of tomorrow, and then tomorrow morning. And I don't know what to do with myself. So, I'm kind of just like meandering around the city. But if it's not raining tomorrow, I think I'm gonna go up here and photograph this church. It's really pretty. I mean, I'm not really into churches. Let me just say that up front. Like I keep saying church this, church that. It's just that here, they're just so unique. The structures and the buildings and the whole culture around it. I mean, you can read about it if you want to know about Iceland switching to from like the Norse religion back in the day to like Christianity, and I think some of them were Methodists. I don't know the whole story, so I don't want to speak wrong. But I read a little bit of it, and that's another thing is that coming here has made me want to read and learn more about them. Because when I'm reading about it online before I ever came here, I'm very disassociated with what I'm reading. Like I read it because I haven't been to the place and I haven't heard the language and seen the people. What I'm reading doesn't mean a lot to me. And now that I've come here and I've driven literally the entire country, except for the very, very northwest corner. I skipped that because the roads are bad. But now that I've been to these places and I understand more what it is like, when I read about it, it makes more sense to me. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me. Like I have a connection with it now. Like I visited this Viking homestead, and it was just really cool. And you just you get connected to the culture. And now it makes me want to know more. So when I get back, I want to grab some books and learn about it. I saw a book in that bookstore back there about the sagas, and I want to get that. And it's a gigantic book, but I want to read it. I love to read. I'm weird. But I really do. And most of what I read is like fantasy stuff, and it's young adult fantasy. Like, yes, I liked Harry Potter. I actually liked Twilight. Hate on me all you want. But I liked it, and I'm not ashamed of that. I know it got played out, and it's corny, but I guess I just appreciate fantasy stuff and things that aren't real, and kind of like escaping into this world. So that's a side story. So anyway, I'm not going to go down that way because I don't want to go up to the church too much. I want to have a little surprise for myself tomorrow because I'm so disappointed about my flight. Like I saw the church, but I don't want to go up to it. I want to save that experience for tomorrow. So again, I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm probably going to go to the church, but if it's raining or it's cloudy like it is now, I might skip it. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I guess I'll just play it by ear tomorrow. But I don't want to sound like a downer. I want to say that overall, the country is beautiful. The weather's just been bad while I'm here, and there's nothing I can do about that, you know? But when the weather's been nice, it's amazing. I would definitely recommend a trip like this. And even if you don't have a full 11 days like I did, you can haul butt and do it in a good portion of it in much less. Especially if you only want to do a portion. Like if you just wanted to do the south coast, you can do that in a couple days, easy. And the south coast was beautiful, especially if you go up to the Glacier Lagoon. So definitely I'd recommend it. Just, I think if I come again, and I want to, the weather hasn't scared me off, I think I will come in June instead, because just what I'm hearing from random people is that it's less rainy then. So I totally want to come again. I want to come in winter so I can see the frozen waterfalls and the ice caves and the aurora. Oh my goodness, the aurora. And then I want to come again so I can see all the things I missed. So I'm walking back. I'm gonna hang out with the singing couple again. And they didn't tell me their names yet, so I guess I'll learn their names. But oh, they had a name written down, but it's their like band name or musician name. It was Scattingers, and it's on Facebook. So I'm gonna add them on Facebook when I get back to somewhere that has Wi-Fi. But they were super cool and really just nice people. The guy said he was from Ohio, and the woman is from Seoul, South Korea. Very, very cool people. Very nice. So, I will talk to you later.